Welcome back. I hope your microwave behaved. I've had some...
Microwave?
Yeah.
Mate, get the pot out. Get some food. Cook it properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I said...
It's dinner time.
I said make some popcorn.
Oh,
Is
popcorn.
it? What's the time? What do we got right now?
It's like 6 p.m, isn't it?
It is 5:46.
It's dinner time. Don't do a microwave dinner. Get your pan out. You can cook popcorn in it, especially put the lid on, otherwise it goes everywhere.
Oh,
it just tastes a little better.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
Do you have to like pour your own? But I've never made like non-microwave popcorn.
There's recipes online. Google it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Tons out there.
I feel like that's actually the
That'll
thing.
teach you better than I will sitting here trying to talk to you over the camera.
Yeah, but have you made it?
I'm
curious. Yeah, yeah. And like, do you pour butter or is it just like the kernels? Are you about a butter?
It depends what you buy. You can buy like popcorn in a packet that has it all mixed in, and you just pour it into the like.
Oh, like the wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Are you telling me you can get the microwavable popcorn packets and then just pour them in the pan?
I haven't tried those, but you can buy like non-microwavable ones, like just plastic packets with the same kernels in them.
Yeah.
Put them in a pan, turn it on, put the lid on, and you can add like a little bit of something to it as it cooks.
Yeah.
Like if you want to make it a bit like a bit of a flavored thing, or you want to add a little extra
little
butter or
turmeric,
something.
Little,
you know, whatever you want.
Yeah, you get fancy.
Just put a little bit of this and that in there. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Go crazy.
Choices. Yeah, well, you can do it. We're at home. We're on the broadcast, so we can't make popcorn. But this conversation was just all but a distraction, as we have to tell you AV, unfortunately, FF'd the next game.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah,
so
couldn't field 5 players, so
yeah.
UQU going to pick up a victory.
So they had, so just for context, every team has a starting 5-man roster, and they also have potential subs they can utilize. Unfortunately, amongst their full roster, they couldn't put together 5 players. So if you don't have 5 players, you can't play. So that game is forfeit. We take our Foley sheet. We get to do another one. And so now all of these ones are out. So that was all the AV winning. That can't happen. So now we're down to this.
The sheet got incredibly small with just 2 games played.
I'm not going to lie. I'm reading this. I didn't make this.
Okay.
I am starting to doubt the accuracy of this. I know the person that made this can hear me.
Yep.
And I'll talk to him later. But I'll trust him for now. We'll get to that. So there's not that many results left. You can see there. The red things on the side here are tiebreakers. Yep. We might want, I don't know, do we want those?
Yeah, sure.
If we have tiebreakers, then next week.
Tiebreakers are fun. I like tiebreakers.
So not tonight, because that'd be crazy. Next week would be tiebreakers if there are some. But
yeah.
because there's potential, you know? Yeah.
No, AV, we're just doing us a solid. You know what I mean? Coming into today, it's like, look, call a spade a spade. Both of the teams are 2-8. let's get to the good game. Diacos versus Emprox.
Diacos Emprox. This looks like a real great game. Tell me about these teams, because I watched the OCS, but watching it and casting every single game are 2 very different levels of engagement.
Yeah, different, right? And so Diacub's coming into it. Like the first thing you have to note, like they had Kweku for a very long time. Dragku came back last week, looked pretty good, and now, of course, Corporal played in the OPL. So unsure of what like the thing is behind the scenes, but Totoro isn't playing here today. So both of their supports off the table. Sharp stepping in. I played against Sharp. It's been a long time since he played League of Legends.
What was the last time he played? 2015, I think?
2015? That seems too long ago.
He played 16? The OPL.
Yeah, well, yeah, 100% played the OPL.
I think he played.
16? I'm pretty sure he played 16. But yeah, Sharp, like ex-coach, also a friend of the show, has been around Oceania for a very long time. He's going to be stepping in down there with Andrew, which I think changes them more so than just like losing the player. Because every single week I've been like, Andrew has actually impressed me, like over the course of the split, and losing his long-term supporting Corporal probably will take a hit to them more so than just like the skill discrepancy you expect between pro player and coach substituting in, right? So that is interesting to note. Emprox don't have any subs on the other side, but they're a team who has looked very good and like progressively better over the course of the split. Lived is someone that I definitely keep my eye on as we're kind of tracking through this one. Very impressive at times, and Boma has carried games all over the place. So this is a squad that is really like the better than the sum of their parts. They don't have like superstar talent on their roster, but they're actually a very formidable team on their day.
Absolutely. Now I'm looking at this Foley sheet. I was studying it intently, trying to figure this out. And I believe this game is actually very important.
Okay.
For Legacy, for Emprox, and for Diacubs.
Ooh.
Now, according to this sheet, and I say that because this is not according to me, because I haven't done the math yet. But
according to this sheet, keep saying according to the sheet.
I'm distancing myself so much from this sheet. According to this sheet, if Diacubs win this game, they're 2nd, and then Emprox are 4th, and Legacy is 3rd.
Okay.
Now, if Emprox win, Legacy gets 2nd, Emprox get 3rd, and Diacubs get 4th.
Damn, that'd be a 4.
That is the result. Every result that happens here is those 2. So Emprox here are fighting for 3rd place, which gives them a better seed. They'll play against 6th and not 5th. And Diacubs here are fighting for the seed. This is 2nd place. Legacy have done what they needed in the first round. If they didn't get that win, they had no chance of getting that 2nd seed. They've got their chance, but it still requires Diacubs to stumble here for them to get that spot.
Yeah, which is actually really cool, I think. Like, Dicub spent more than half of this split undefeated. First 6 weeks, they didn't lose a game until they played Mammoth, and it was like, oh, damn, like, Mammoth boomed them in that game, and then all of a sudden, like, they're top of the table. So, yeah, fighting on to get to the bye round. It is all possible. Draft coming through.
Who was their other loss? I forgot.
Legacy. Dicubs, yeah, they've lost to Legacy, they lost to Mammoth. So they have lost to very good teams.
Yeah, so if they do lose this game, they'll be 4th, but they would have lost to all 3 teams above them. So it's pretty legitimate placings there.
Yeah.
But 9-2, man, that's actually a decent record heading to playoffs. And this is a team to be you're scared of.
Yeah.
Sharp, now when Sharp played, he was a jungler.
Top laner? Mid laner?
Oh, top laner. Rippy was a jungler.
Rippy was a jungler.
He wasn't a support. That's my point I'm saying here.
Mm-hmm.
Over the years, obviously, you play every role when you're a player, right? Like on solo queue, you might have... You've played AD carry games, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You played middle lane games.
I definitely don't touch anything else. If I leave the bottom lane, no.
But he still hasn't... His competitive experience isn't on this champion. But then again, when he played, the meta was like Renekton versus... I don't even know.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, Sharp played for a very long time.
He did,
so I think, like, saying the meta when he played is probably disingenuous.
That's fair, okay.
Right? Like, it's changed a lot. And it's also, like, he plays a lot of different stuff. Like, I see him in solo queue every now and again, like, nowadays. Probably has been putting time into support. Tahm Kench, not the most mechanically difficult, is definitely, like, a macro champion. And that's kind of what the situation you probably would be, like, wanting if you're a Dicubs fan. But
as a coach, because you coach Gravitas, right? Yeah. You're watching them play, and you have no impact over the game.
Yeah.
I've been told it's frustrating.
Okay.
Is this kind of like his chance to now step onto the rift and go, all right, guys, when I watch, this is what you're doing wrong?
Yeah.
Is he going to be able to analyze this game afterwards? The
thing is, it completely changes. Like, being in it and watching are just, like, 2 completely different things.
Okay.
So it's like, no. This is going to be, like, the anomaly game. Right? It's like he can probably, like, add a lot to their communication, add a lot to, like, what they want to do and direction in-game, but I guess in theory, in, like, the optimum situation, you would want to be plug and play and the team still, like, facilitates itself. Like, he would be coming in being like, I will fulfill exactly what Corporal does, and then the team is still the team, irrelevant of, like, if I'm stepping in, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That'd be, in my head, like, optimal situation.
Let's start through this quickly, because we haven't really been talking much about the picks besides the Tahm. Dicubs have also picked up the Aatrox and the Aurelia. They've banned away a plethora of champions. I'm not going to go through them. You can see them on your screen there.
Yep.
On Emperor's side, you've got Karma, you've got Vladimir, you've got Nautilus. And they've banned away a few 80 carries in the latest rotations, so obviously Dicubs here looking to pick that role up.
Yeah, interesting lock-in there for the Corki. Does mean that Aatrox will be going in the jungle role, you expect, unless we're kind of in for any shenanigans.
Could it be 80 carries, Corki?
Like, I mean, once again, could be, but also
Mid-Aurelia,
has
top
not been
Aatrox,
played
and then, like,
for a very long time. I mean, yes, in theory, but also very unlikely, I expect. Artek going back for Hook Champs. Nautilus has been a big one for him, and Boma going back to the Xayah as well. So a very well-rounded, like, teamfight composition coming out of Emprox, right? This Karma, most likely, will be going to one of the solo lanes. They'll just be chasing matchups because they don't get the final decision there.
This is their jungler, yeah?
Yeah, jungler will be coming through with like the Vladimir and the Karma. They can flex kind of all over the place, and we'll just be looking at what Sharp locks in to round out the rest of this composition. Expecting it to be a solo laner here. No, actually, sorry. Expecting it to be an 80 carry here. Dicubs.
I'm looking at this, and it's a very interesting comp from Emprox, because they've got sort of the Karma Xayah backline. Karma's great at peeling, but also kind of engaging as well. Vladimir, you don't, like, if you're Dicubs, you don't really want to be engaging into this comp, like, head-on. I just feel like the Karma and the Vladimir there, it might be a bit, it feels rough.
Yeah. Okay.
I could be wrong, though, because, you know, you're the expert here. I don't wanna...
Like, they just have, like, hella AoE buttons, right? Like, you're talking about they have, like, strict frontline, backline, but, like, that team fight is incredibly scary, assuming they hit their breakpoints, right? Like, Vladimir, big breakpoint champion. Karma just wants, like, flat AP to be able to, like, do huge shields on everyone. But the interesting thing is, we're looking at an 80 carry, and we didn't get one. We got a Rek'Sai. So, Corki
80 carry.
Is going down to the bottom lane into the Xayah. Interesting one here.
That's a flashback. Might be Sharp's pulling out his old notebook from his playing days. You know? Corki was good back then. We'll give this a try.
I can't
play this lane.
Out of all of, like, the things, right? Like, Corki to Leona was, like, huge back in the day in terms of, like, just synergy between the two champions. Like, Leona goes in, you proc all of her Sunlight passives with a Gatling gun, like, immediately. So it's just a super synergistic combo. Corki Tahm Kench does seem very weird in my eyes. Probably much more akin to, like, an Ezreal Tahm Kench lane without the optimal Ezreal.
Maybe they banned Ezreal. So maybe they wanted that lane with the Tahm, and they were like, okay, we don't get that. What's our, like, replacement, I guess.
Yeah, what's our fallback? What's the plan B?
Well, they did double ban 80 carries, so maybe they actually pinched his pool so much that this is the emergency button 80 carry, you know?
Yeah, potentially. They pinched the 80 carry pool as a response to their support being substituted. Like, genuinely, that could be it.
Create a weak bot side they can maybe take advantage of here.
Yeah.
Maybe get the Zarya ahead and look to influence a map that way.
I will say, like, in a strict 2 versus 2, right, it doesn't seem bad. I'm talking about, like, the Corki Tahm Kench together seems a little odd, but you have a Tahm Kench to get everybody out of the Nautilus lockdown. Corki will outrange the Zarya, and once you hit level 6, you just get to rocket her in the face time and time again. Seems like a very easy lane to play in a negative fashion.
Same skin as last game, by the way.
Yeah.
Everyone seems to be against your...
yeah, feels bad, man.
You need some more supporters in the OCS community. Corki. Oh, man, that's a skin. That's a skin. All right, so into this matchup here. Oh, we got invade.
Blind hook comes
Spotted,
out.
though. Might be counter invading the bot side there by the bot lane for Diacubs. When you're looking early game here, Bryce, what are you looking at? What areas of the map, if you're looking at this from a strategic perspective, well, that was close. Do you looking to focus for both teams here?
Well, I think already we're seeing this come into fruition, right? Like, we've talked about the bottom matchup and how this Corki Tahm Kench probably wants to be the negative lane, and they want to play, like, top side and then open themselves up into a 1-3-1. Emprox have a very smart read here. Immediately, 5-stack invade top side. Yes, they were just blind hooking. They, like, weren't checking the bush and then looking for the all-in. But now they get vision topside. They should, in theory, be able to know where Diacubs, Jungler, and Ubisoft will start. Unfortunately for them, the counter invade on the other side may mean they face check someone. But
they are. All that vision is kind of spotting them out here. They're looking to go on this brush. Everyone's coming down, but not enough. Vision spotted. They're looking to engage. Everyone's here. They're coming in. Tongue lashes. Very anticlimactic engagement, they say so.
Yes. Gonna be a smite fight here if Ubisoft can get in. Mid laners are around, but it is just a Vladimir hook lands.
Hook lands are going in. Flash for Ubisoft does get the red buff. He's level 2. Jarvan can't follow up with his EQ, looking to attack onto the Jarvan. He flashes away as well. No one's dead yet, but the flash has been forced off Jarvan, and Ubisoft has taken the red buff.
And it all ended up in the straight up jungle fest there. Flash into the ability, into the smite. Ubisoft secures the red buff and everybody just backs away. No really big level 1 champions. No Brahms to lock everybody down. Vladimir walks over and he's like, what can I do really? Aurelia has a stun. I've got a little pittance of blood I can throw in your direction.
Yeah.
So,
just taking stock of this. Looks like Flash was popped on Zarya. Actually, Sharp here under a lot of pressure, actually. Takes a lot of damage, but is forced away by Andrew. So Zarya popped Flash during that. And then Rek'Sai and both junglers popped their flash.
Yeah.
And I can't see any other summoners down. So got red buff, got an extra flash out of it. That was a good win for Direwolves. Or Diacubs, sorry. Isn't going to get them like a big lead they can snowball with, but it's something that gets them a little edge in this early game.
Yeah, but it just like opens up their early game, right? Because as I was saying, like the level 1 is broadcast and like the game plan is broadcast, I think, here for the Diacubs. And Emprox had the read. They knew the game plan, they would have been able to react accordingly, but because they lose the fight on the bottom side, Rek'Sai is now a camp up. He goes red to red to secure a 3-buff start for himself. He doesn't really care if he gives over the top crab and can't pressure super early. He kind of maintains this lead and will be ahead for, you expect, the majority of the early game. And so it does kind of limit Emprox's opportunities just somewhat here in this one.
Well, Ubisoft now clearing out his Krugs at the top. He's taken both red buffs. Oh, bot lane. Jeez. Sharp has had Ignite popped, and he's flashed away as well. His summoners are down. Getting a bit punished in this bot lane. They had a little advantage. They had the flash from Zarya, but in the end, it's just this superior bot lane from Emprox that is pushing them back.
And this wave is disastrous. You can see Sharp gets forced off, and they know Ubisoft is topside. So Andrew's like, okay, I guess I'll base. He can't step up to the wave because if he's in auto attack range, that's hook range from Artec. He gets locked down. Very easy kill secure there, and he's straight up just not having a good time. He can't farm. Has to recall, has the TP, but no point going back.
Flash mid, Emprox, he's in his thing, he's trying to get away. Livid, can he get? Oh, he survives. On the backside, no jungler nearby, he'll get away.
Yep, getting a fight pressure pot. That's what saved him. Healing back up, wasn't able to get the Q up in time, and the pot is just going to do enough. This is a very nice wraparound, though. Emprox trying to shove this wave in. Ubisoft is around.
They are. There's 2 of them here from the backside. Can they get away? No flash on Zarya yet. He can't get away easily. Hook goes down onto Sharp. Connects. Here comes Ubisoft looking for the knock-up on Zarya. Ooh, tons of AoE damage coming down. They've sacked him, though. There's the knock-up, and there's the kill. Going over to Andrew.
Yeah,
very going to Ubisoft.
Nice response. Diacubs, they will secure that one. Wave now in a very good position for them. The shoes on the other foot. No flash, as you mentioned, so the target priority comes through. Ignoring Artec, Nautilus just walks back towards his turret. For a moment, I was kind of scared for Sharp. He's level 2 Tahm Kench, and he could have opted to take an early point in E to be like, there's no chance I'm dying for this one, but had the QW combo, did step out of radius of the feathers though, so was ultimately fine and sort of recovering here on the bot side for the Dire Cubs.
Kind of an interesting sort of lane there, actually. Sharp sort of losing those trades early to the player that's been playing a lot more than him, I would assume. But, you know, when it comes to the strategic macro plays, he's got his finger on the pulse. He knows the right play for the moment, and he's got enough of a skill to be able to make it work.
Yeah.
Bit of poke back and forth here in the top lane between Berserker and Dragu. The mid lane here, Suman just establishing a dominance here over Livid. Or Lived, sorry.
As you kind of expect early in this matchup, right? There has been the recall already, gets himself the Dark Seal and the refillable, so it's the extra healing over the course of this one. Vladimir early levels always fairly rough, and Aurelia is just looking to punish. The consequence of that bottom play was that Paladin just went and completely cleared topside. You can see the remnants of that vision up there as well. Pink ward in the banana bush. There's also a blue dot at the Raptors, so they have very good topside control to be able to play with. Allows the Karma to kind of be incredibly annoying. Really the one thing she's bad at in terms of top lane is dying to ganks. She has Mantra W, which can get her out of some sticky situations, but if she's just free to be obnoxious, she certainly can do.
Aurelia having to back away there. That was close, actually, but in the bot side, though, Ubisoft started this Ocean Dragon. This is the Ocean Dragon of the early game here, Bryce.
Yeah.
Take this one, and all your lanes just have that bit of an edge. You can trade, recover the health, they don't get it back. Great move there.
Dream Scenario has the fruit after the dragon as well. Nobody took that one, so walks away from that with full HP with a dragon buff. Paladin looking to steal away the Raptors. So he does lose a camp for his troubles, but certainly worthwhile there, and still maintaining that jungle lead, at least somewhat. Will be one camp ahead after this one.
Yep, probably that initial camp there. The red buff they took at the start of the game. It turns into a dragon, turned into a kill bot lane with that flash being down. It's slow little things out of that, but looks like Dire Cubs know where to apply the pressure. As Sharp and Andrew now are pushing back the bot lane from Emprox.
And I think this is probably a consequence of the outranging here in the AD carry department, right? Like, Xayah, yes, can, like, QE combo, and then her effective range is fairly large, but that's all you've got. Once your feathers are down, your threat levels kind of just plummet through the floor there on Xayah, and Corki can just fling abilities. It's hard to just step right up and hit him in the face, because he'll Gatling gun you, he'll just return the Frost Bomb, auto-attack you, and he will win most trades in that department, not to mention also has the fleet footwork, so it's like trading is disincentivized here for the Xayah Nautilus combination. And when you kind of take a look at that, Andrew is taking advantage. He goes for the cull buy. This is a top gank, though.
Berserker getting collapsed spawn. We spoke about this earlier. You know, he can Mantra W out of there, but if he gets locked down, no way he's getting away.
Flash was needed there for the top jungle duo of Dire Cubs, and yes, they get out Berserkers, but the kill ultimately goes over. So a very good start to the early game here for the Dire Cubs. 2-0, 1.5k gold lead, and certainly don't scale off here. So exactly what they needed coming here into Emprox.
Yep, they want to fight for this second seed. They want to get through that first round of the playoff bracket without having to play against anyone, as the first and second seed get here. Andrews hit 6, so we're going to start seeing a lot more poke come out from him, I would imagine.
Yes.
That's going to be a bit annoying there for the Emprox bot lane. Their ultimates are more engage and disengage with the feathers and with the Nautilus ult. But that poke's just going to help really chips away. Might be looking for a play bot with those ultimates, who knows.
And Boma really wanted to push that wave in, but they knew the package timing of the Corki, so he's just going to zoom back to lane despite not having any boots, and Sharp is going to be able to hold that one. Also, the Tahm Kench goes for the unsealed spellbook, so you talked about like the engage potential of this Xayah Nautilus. Yes, is there, but it's hard to go onto the Corki because the Tahm Kench exists, and then it's also going to be hard to go onto the Tahm Kench because he can opt into cleanse whenever he wants. He already has the exhaust. He can go for the heal, the barrier, the whatever he wants to survive. And that kind of is just the nature of Tahm Kench, I guess. Paladin now posturing in the bottom side. He's going to be spotted out by that pink ward, though.
Yep. Going to push forward. The wave shoved up, though. Not much he can really do here besides clear the vision. Maybe later he can return. Helps Emprox, the bot lane here, keep track of where the wards do go down from Dire Cubs. Maybe looking to make a play in a minute or so. We'll see.
Also important to just keep tabs on the Corki with package. If you don't expend pressure bottom side and he just freely pushes the wave in, then all of a sudden, like, yes, your jungler just keeps farming camps. He's fine, but your mid laner feels the pressure. Corki leaves lane, walks up river, and then Liv has to concede everything, and just kind of expending that little bit of time down there for Paladin.
Yeah.
Worthwhile. Gets a pink ward, dissuades any package play, and ultimately everybody is fine.
No smite on Draku, he's not going to be able to take that one. Lived, actually, as you mentioned it, is down a lot of CS here.
Yeah.
This is not a good mid lane here for Emprox. The Vladimir does scale, but like, fact of the matter is, if you don't have the CS, you have the items to go with it, you're not going to scale anywhere, so he's got to be petrified. That Corki goes up there, he's going to die pretty quickly.
Yeah, and the fulcrum with which this lane has swung was that almost solo kill.
Yeah.
Barely lived with 1 tick of the potion, 1 tick of Ignite traveling down, and didn't put his HP to 0, so feels good in the moment, but had just TP'd back to base, had board, so he lost a huge wave after that one, and Seaman has just kept up this pressure the entire time. Paladin also just lost. Oh, that was
Spits
fancy.
him out. They're looking to turn this. He didn't get very far away with that ult, but they're going to turn it. There's the 3 stacks going down from the Tahm Kench. Ultimate coming out there. Roots him up. He's still turning around the pressure, poking back and forward. Everyone's looking for flash forward. He still hits the hook. He's going to follow this one up. Lives down the bottom here, looking to get a kill. There's Nautilus dead. Sharp coming in. 3 teleports. This is going to be a 3v4 as the Sewerman comes down as well. There's a kill for Aatrox. Looking to get another one of Berserker. And everyone from Dire Cubs is coming down. Emprox is not getting anything here as they're going to dive under the turret. That Aatrox will die, but he's still got his ultimate. Oh, it runs out. And there's the counter kill there. 2 for 1.
And Sharp steps into this roster and is absolutely styling on Emprox. 1v1's Amboma on the Xayah. Udisoft, that is a train wreck and a half.
Observer, why were you here? Poor man, he's going to have to walk around. But Paladin, actually, this could be a bit of a smite war going on here.
Udisoft can't see anything other than the Tremor set.
You know something. He's got to guess something's going on. TP coming out from Udisoft.
Double TP.
Who's this coming in? Looks like it's
Tahm Kench and Corki.
Wow, double TP. Oh, because he... Okay. Here we go.
Slow lands.
Back and forth,
Sharp
Lift coming
can
up.
actually eat the Jarvan.
4 players from Emprox here, only 3 from Dire Cubs. They do get the Rift Herald. I'm pretty sure that was a Dire Cubs as it gets picked up. Paladin's going low, and he actually gets picked off here. Udisoft looking to get away. Sharp going forward, trying to get a kill. Almost gets a kill in the middle of that, but the rest of the Dire Cubs do escape.
Okay, so it ends up being the 1-for-1. They get the Rift Herald as well, so results-based analysis, worthwhile trade there for Dire Cubs. Seaman wants a piece of the karma. Mantra W is going to just heal back a boatload of HP there.
Yeah, we've moved some lanes around here. The bot laners have moved top. Looks like the top laners have moved to the bot, so flipping the lanes around. Probably just a happenstance of the objectives that were taken here. We do have another Ocean Drake up. That might be an objective for someone. Not as important now for Dire Cubs as they've already got one. Maybe denying it could be important for them, though.
Yeah, but the lead here for Dire Cubs, about 2,500 gold, but it's also the intangibles creeping up. They have that Rift Herald in the bank. That's a turret in the making. CS leads are getting worse and worse as time goes on. 30 CS in the mid lane for the Aurelia. 20 CS has accrued after all of that bot lane shenanigans there for Andrew and the Corki, and looks like Dire Cubs are running away with the early game right now. We talked about Lib scales very well. Karma is exactly the same. Xayah crit 80 carry. It's not like they don't have hope, but wanting to kind of shorten the leash, putting on the Cubs right now and get back towards their item breakpoints.
Yeah, now we've got a bit of a moment of downtime as teams clear out these waves and re-establish where they are. I'll be curious to see if we stick with these lanes here. If we do sort back, I can see Aurelia in the bot there is recalling, so we'll see if she comes back to top or if they're going to remain with this lane swap.
Yeah.
Seems weird because there's no objective top side for another 7 minutes.
It's one of those weird situations where Dire Cubs have the pressure right now, so they don't really need to swap back. They can get this Ocean Dragon just by virtue of the jungler soloing it, and they can just keep pressure in all their lanes and let him PvE. That's absolutely fine. Whereas Emprox, if they want to go for the objective, yes, they would have to switch, but the cost would just be way too high. They would lose top turret almost entirely to a Rift Herald. They're kind of just matching Udisoft on the map right now. You can see Paladin is topside, as is Udisoft, and they really want to be there to answer any sort of Herald play. Surprised that it wasn't popped before plating fell, but that's a gank.
Flash on Burrow, he's going in, flash up by Berserker, and there's Paladin coming for the counter. They're going to follow up here. Udisoft gets ulted on. Everyone's comes running in. Lib from the backside. This is his ultimate. One of them's already down. Jarvan is dead. Looking to escape here. Can they get away? Corki hooked up. Ultimated by Nautilus. He's getting dropped down here in the backside. You can see the Vladimir taking down 2. Is he going to finish it off? No, he gets killed in return. Not able to get the killing blows there. And Dire comes on the front side, winning that one as well. As Aatrox goes under the turret. Berserker super low. And that's a big fight win there for Dire. They're still going. This does not end. Sewerman in the backside, misses his ultimate, going to get killed on the backside, but that is, I believe, a 4-for-1.
And Dire Cubs, they walk away with absolutely everything. Lived gets denied by his own jungler's Cataclysm. There was a moment in that fight where he's like, do I flash, do I not? Unfortunately, that was just enough time for him not to kill the Corki, not to 2v1 the backline, and this fight could have been the completely opposite way. But at the end of the day, that's Rift Herald crashes. No plating's gone. Emboma now under fire. No
Absolutely.
Featherstorm.
No Featherstorm coming down. He's got nothing left. He's dead. That's just a step forward too far. And he's down. Rift Herald's already popped mid. They didn't get the tower for it, actually. It might have been a bit of a missed opportunity. But they're going to get this top turret, I imagine, here.
But gold lead was what? 2,500? Now is approaching 7 territory after this turret goes down. Maybe 6.5. Dragon is being soloed out by Ubisoft as well. So they're banking the oceans.
Wow,
kind of,
getting everything.
Yeah, that's literally after that fight.
Where is Emprox right now?
Get absolutely everything.
Yeah.
80 carry department, 2,000-ish gold lead for the Corki.
Yeah, leads across the board. Leads across the board for Diacubs. They've got at least 1,000 every lane last I checked. They've got everything going very well for them. They've got the 2 Ocean Dragons. There's going to be a third one spawning, which is, I mean, you want the Infernals, I guess, or maybe the Mountains, but you'll take it, right? If you've got control, you'll take every little advantage you can get on the map. They are turning this game into their own. They want this second place seed. Emprox here, they're trying their best, but it just, their hunger isn't there. Diacubs are here to win.
You reckon the hunger isn't there?
I reckon the hunger is more there for Diacubs in this game.
I reckon this is, whilst we have some downside, this is the esports trope. You know the worst thing as a pro player is to hear another pro player, a bit like when you lose a semi-final.
I was hungrier?
And it's like, yeah, I just wanted it more. And it's like, what? Did you live in my house? You don't know what's going on.
I'll disagree with you on this one. I mean, obviously,
Okay.
I understand that it is a thing you think,
Yeah.
but the hunger isn't like on the rip right now. It's in the preparation, right? The Diacubs objectively did have more to play for in this game, or still do actually, because second place seed gets you more than third versus fourth. So for me, and the way they're playing this game, they seem to be more proactive. Emprox, where was the last proactive play they made in this game?
Well, mid lane, and they got boomed.
Well, they got turned, right? Yeah. So Diacubs are they're just playing on a different level in this game to me right now. Every proactive play is working out. Every proactive play by Emprox is shut down. They're ready. They see it coming, and they react properly. I think both teams are reacting quickly, but Diacubs, these fights break out in 2v2s, and Diacubs get the 5 there faster.
Yeah. Certainly do. We'll have to sit in this impasse. We'll agree to disagree.
That's fine. Opinions are allowed to be opinions.
Yep.
Sometimes, there's no right and wrong. It's just an opinion. Let's move on with this game. Diacubs rotating back to mid lane here. Looking to take this tower, perhaps. This is the thorn in the backside. Break this open, everything goes well. Paladin misses the EQ. Not really an opportunity there, though. They break this tower. This map goes blown open, Bryce.
Yeah. Flank was looked at by Dragku, but Ghost also popped, I believe, from Vitam Kench, just getting his exhaust back off cooldown. Now has both summoners available. And as you mentioned, yes, this turret dies and the map blows wide open. Especially effective for a Corki, for a Vitam Kench, this sort of composition. And as such, Paladin is just getting starved in the jungle somewhat. Has to babysit his mid laners. They're just looking to defend this one. Xayah, reasonably good at clearing waves, fed this rip back, and it is hard to contest a turret if she can step up and auto-attack. Breakpoints have been hit now, gets the Essence Reaver, so first item completed is actually reasonable. Definitely not in a good situation, given that the Corki is approaching that IE territory.
Yeah. One thing I'm sort of noticing, like this split pushing Aurelia is going to become a big nuisance. That CS lead in the mid lane's grown. It's
ballooned.
It's 50 gold now, and it's a kill as well. Like, I don't know how they answer it. You can already see sort of in the bot lane, Lived is just sitting under the turret, having to catch as it hits there, and Suma gets all the fun. He gets to do whatever he wants, really. He can run down there. He's got good vision. If they come down for him, they can see him coming.
And the vision is the consequence, right? There's so many red wards are just littering that bot side jungle. They have mid priority permanently. They have bot priority permanently. So that means they also have vision of every single camp. Pings are going onto the Jarvan's head, and this is the consequence. Can he get the knock-up? Flag is down for the time being, but cooldown will be coming up shortly.
Using his sonar to try and hit this one. This is going to be tight. This is going back and forth. It's giving his position away, but looks like he's going to back away.
So, wasn't actually looking for the gank, was just looking to utilize the sonar, as you call it, and pressure the mid lane. Package buffers through the hook, so Andrew is absolutely fine. And Diacubs just continuing the full court press. Normally you say that and they're knocking on the doors of the inhib. This certainly isn't as quick as game number 1, but same sort of strategy, just splitting apart the map. Next Ocean Dragon spawning in 1 minute, and small advantages, small chips away at these turrets, just constantly here for the Diacubs.
Yeah, big gold lead, but not as big as last game. But you're still, like, at this point, this is a, 7,000 gold lead or so? Approximately 7,000. This is the kind of position where Emprox need to kind of wait, and it takes them making a good play, but maybe even mistakes from Diacubs as well help get them back into it.
Yeah.
You can see the gold difference on the screen. Look at that mid lane, 2,000. 2,000 gold in that mid lane.
Yes.
Bot lane, 2,000. Top lane's currently about...
He's approaching 2,000, right?
Like, they just head everywhere.
All of the carry rolls are basically 2k ahead. Definitely rough to win a fight anytime soon. The 20-minute mark is really going to speed up this game, I expect, here for the Direwolves. They've been playing this last, what, 2-3 minutes fairly slowly, given there weren't any major objectives. It is hard to pull Mprox away from their turrets, and small chips are really all you can get right now. But given...
Yeah, they've got good wave clear.
Yeah.
You know, it's just hard to... Like, Zaya just throws the feathers out, and then most of the
it's hard to hit the turret.
Yeah, you step 40, you're hooked, right? Like, yeah.
So there is that little bit of a lull, but Dragon coming up means that they're going to take that, lose priority, and I expect go for the full reset, and then they will just straight up deploy for Baron. Right? They put Seaman topside, Drag, who still stays down here on the bottom side. He's 2 items spiked. After this, I expect the Corki will be as well, have that Trinity Force IE. 2 of the most expensive items in the game, I will add, and has a whole extra item over his lane opponent. So this Corki is absolutely monstrous.
He's huge, but they left the Aurelius sort of floating around that Baron area, which I think smart. If they do want to try and rush Baron there and try and catch him off guard, like, you got to, the Aurelia will see it. Maybe she dies, but you know, and you can react, right? At the worst possible scenario. So Direwolves are taking all the objectives, but they're also thinking, how can Mprox come back in this game? And they're actively shutting it down. Yeah,
and also I think the big thing that Seaman was doing was just denying access to the topside jungle. Right? You expect a team, when you go for Dragon, to get Baron control. But Baron control can exist in like many different varieties, right? If they get deep wards, flank wards for a Vladimir, or your Raptor Pit, or your red buff, that's hugely problematic to deal with. That's like 1 sweeper expenditure, which is all your ward clearing ability. You only have 2 on the map, so you lose 50%, and that's like, what, 1 to 2 minutes of time wasted just having to clear out your top jungle. Whereas if you do Dragon a little bit slower, you spread your resources a little bit thinner on the map, Seaman stays topside to defend that, then this is exactly what happens. You walk into the river, Ubisoft hasn't even burnt his sweeper, it's 2 pink wards, and basically all of the vision that Mprox placed is now on their side of the map, nothing further, and Direwolves are in a good situation here.
They are. Dragku being rotated his bot lane now, Aurelia to the top lane. Gonna put the split pushes on their own. Got their same lane matchups here, but regardless, both lanes pushing, and eventually it's going to push in so far. These kind of fights happen in the jungle where Direwolves looking to get an engage, gets knocked up. Here comes Vladimir, and Suman's caught out. He's taking a ton of damage. He's trying to turn it around, but he's going to fall down to Vladimir. That's 1 kill for Mprox, and looking to push back to the rest of them. Dragku on the backside, lots of damage coming down, flash underneath. There's 1 down, Zaya down. They're chasing the rest. They're low on health in the previous engagement. Artek is very low. Flash forward. Zonghiers comes at a pivotal time here, but doesn't matter. He still goes down. That's 3 dead here for Mprox, and they're looking to push down towers.
And Direwolves salvaging the sins of Seaman there. Baron now on the cards. 2 members, the only ones alive for Mprox. Do they even consider the contest? Vlad, no ulti. Hemoplague off the cards, and
no vision.
They should know what's happening, but very hard to face check.
They can't get in. Yep. You can face check that, you can run in there, but you don't know what you're running into. You don't even know what health the Baron's at. You could run up there, get in range, and it's on 1,000 health and it dies as you walk up to it. Then you die as well. They've abandoned it. They're looking to push lanes out to try and not lose them instantly. That Baron, first of the game, goes to the Direwolves.
Yeah, and I think Punish really has been the name of the game here for the Direwolves. Mprox have been very proactive this game, constantly looking for picks. They have the Nautilus, they have the Java, and you can see a 0-3-2 scoreline. That comes from forcing fights and looking for engages, right? And sometimes that is a necessity, but the Punish has always been swift. Seaman with the 1 big blunder this time, falls down at the start of the fight, but Dragku's not just about punishing his opponents, he punishes his teammates' mistakes and wipes Mprox off the floor anyway. 5 members having the Baron, and now Direwolves certainly looking to end this one out.
They are indeed. Clearing out their jungle, taking their red buffs away, just getting stacked up. They got Baron buff, they want to push it down mid first. Got that big cannon. This tower won't be long for this world, but the question is the tier 2s. Are they going to pick those up? Where are they going to pick those up? Can they get to the base before it runs out and start pressuring the base turrets?
Yeah. Package being up means the Direwolves are actually converging. They've been playing 1-3-1 for the past 6 to 8 minutes this time, but they're actually going to spend 4 members in the mid lane. Is matched here from Mprox, but very hard to defend unless they're actually looking for the fight. Lift may be caught out though, still has the pull.
Here comes Ubisoft, he misses it, he still gets knocked up. He does pull, but he has to flash away as well. He's low health, but does heal up just enough. He's got no pressure here.
Yeah.
There is a Baron up.
Big cooldowns burnt there from the Vladimir. Team fight effectiveness plummets after that one. No flash, no Hemoplague for a couple of minutes, and his mid turret will fall down. 1 more auto attack from the Corki, or the cannon is going to do it, and now inner ring starting to be broken. Lift walking out of the base has regen off the fountain, but...
That was an MVP cannon, by the way. That was the first cannon to start hitting that tower. That man took that thing down.
Stuck around. That's commitment.
Protect the cannon. Die Cubs get bot as a result. You can't go in there. You get flanked. You get taken out very easily. Forced back to their base. Still top lane turret up, but Die Cubs seem content to push mid and bot for now. Here you can see the mid lane. Andrew putting down those rockets, putting the poke down on the wave and on the champions that are trying to defend the turret as well.
Do they actually keep committing to this play? Of course, you mention it. They could go topside for the ultimate safety, but it looks to be the constant rotation between these two waves. Yep. Cannon is still alive, and this could be the next MVP. Karma Q does actually miss. Of course, they're not immune to magic damage anymore.
Back to mid because the waves are arriving. They're just going, they got waves synced, that the first wave dies, they go bot, the waves arriving. They're getting so much damage in this turret. The base is broken open. They're going to get this inhibitor, and Improx just have no play here. What can they do? Try and make an engage on this? They've tried it all game, and it's failed all game. Here they come. This inhibitor going down could be a thing. They still can go bot lane and pressure there. They might even get two.
Yeah, somewhat caught napping. They just leave mid lane exposed, gets completely wiped off the face of Summoner's Rift. Now Super Minion spawning in the mid lane. Do they still want to stick around bot side? Do they want to commit to this one? Looks like the answer is yes. They actually want the flank here. Seaman being deployed to in this base. This wave could be the dive that they look for. Udisoft.
Suman's up on the top of his screen there. You can see him flanking. Udisoft as well. Are they going to fight into this turret? Emprox, or they're going to abandon it? You got to pick your point. You got to fight at some point, and this might be it. But they need the engage. They need the fight that they need. That turret on the top left is slowly chipping down that Nexus turret you can see there. Another MVP turret. Dire Cubs have extra players in their team. These turrets are amazing.
He's just hit S and is dancing in the mid lane, waiting for people to react to the super creeps. Now they land. Bot turret is once again one auto attack from death here from the Corki. Liv does have cooldowns back up and available. The ulti is there, and Emprox.
Baron's gone. No more Baron.
Do they want the fight?
Trying to hold that turret there. The second one's dead. Andrew gets hit a lot. Gets poked away. He's going to get spat out. He's going to get oh, they're really diving after him. Liv is deep on the backside, though. He's going to pull back. He's going to do a ton of damage. No one's dead yet. In fact, there we go. Vladimir first dead. Here comes Suing on the backside. Hits his ultimate. Everyone's flashing away. There's two dead to Aatrox. He's looking for the third. He's going to pick it up on the backside. Sharps launched in Andrew, and they're looking to clean up the entire team here of Emprox. Dire Cubs want to get into second seed, and they finish it with a pentakill on Dragku on the Aatrox. Fantastic play from him, and Dire Cubs going to lock second seed. Emprox, you're going to finish fourth, and the final team, Legacy, are going to get third. Dire Cubs are going to be one of your top 4 champions or teams in this OCS split.
And Dragku comes back from China, second week, gets himself a pentakill on the Aatrox. What a way to close that one out. Andrew baits the team fight with his face. Steps up, trusts his coach. That is trust in the process right there. Walks up, auto-attacks a turret, gets not hooked in melee range, and Tom Kench eats him out of that one. And that was the team fight they needed. So, Dire Cubs are able to close that one out.
They are.
The Baron.
Doing my folding sheet. Got to fold this one in half. These are very fun, by the way. I love this. I don't know if you can kind of see it. This is actually very difficult because of the shape of this thing. But we're down to these kind of results here. This is where we're sitting in this area here. Still 2 tiebreaker possibilities in here, which I'll have to verify a little bit later. But you can see it there. Top 4. Mammoth, Dire Cubs, Legacy, Emprox. In that order.
Okay.
The rest of it, that's a mishmash. I don't know what's going on in there, and that's what the next few games are going to be for.
Yeah, that's actually super interesting. So halfway through the day, top 4 absolutely locked.
Done.
Right? Like, those guys not interacting anymore, despite the fact that a couple of teams have not played yet. But, yeah, is interesting. QT versus Bombers is going to be the next game coming up after this break. That's once we're getting into the middle of the pack, right? These guys need to start fighting off. It really is like Bombers. They're sitting 5-5, I believe. Order is in the same boat.
Yeah, this is a big game for Bombers. I'm looking at the Bombers' results here. If they lose this game, I cannot see any results that they get through to the playoffs.
Yeah.
This is do or die for them. So it's a big game.
Yeah.
QUT, not a very big game for them.
Okay.
It's a pride game for them.
Yep.
I can see their results actually already locked in as 9th.
Yep.
They aren't finishing anywhere else.
Yep.
But hey, you know what? They might come out gun swinging. Last game of the season for them.
Yeah.
Show that they're a solid team against the team. Looks pretty good.
We've already seen a Volley Bear get a victory today.
Yeah.
Who knows what we'll see, but we'll come back for that banger match. Bombers, big shoes to fill here coming into this one, but don't go anywhere. 3-minute break. See you soon.